Hello guys, today we're gonna talk about faction talents, and there is one really interesting thing that I noticed today when I made the other video about Plague Creeper and the lineups for that one. If you still need lineups for Plague Creeper, go check out that video. I'm gonna link it in the top right. But as you can see, my talent is looking a bit strange right now. I have 16, 16, 10, 8, and 4. And the biggest reason for this is when I reset the talent earlier today to do the light bearer teams, because it looks like they are the best for the Plague Creeper right now. We have some interesting thing to think about here. This skill, the summoned shadow gains, it goes from 12 to 14 penetration. And then you get to stage 2, you have this skill, where it goes from 14 to 16 penetration. And now you might ask yourself, wait, what? Why does it work like that? Shouldn't it just increase the penetration by 2 when you activate this skill? So instead of saying from 12 to 14, it should just say +2 penetration. And this one should just say +2 penetration as well. And the same thing actually exists on this side as well. The summoned shadow inherits 65%, and it goes up to 70% of the prime carrier's attack. So if you go to this one, it increases from 60 to 65. So it should only say +5%. But if we go into the effect and we start reading about the talent buff tile, and at the end here is where the penetration comes in. So, but 100% of their other stats along with an extra 16 penetration. So unless this is a glitch or a bug or a visual glitch or bug, this means when you are in the first stage here, you can skip this one because it does nothing. If what they're saying here is true, the first talent, of course, then you actually need to go and skill it here as well. But if you skip the first talent, that's a good thing if it works like this and it isn't bugged. However, if it is bugged, you will have less penetration because you didn't go the first one here. For now, I would actually skip this one, because if it's useless and you get 4 additional one by going here instead, I would just skip it. I would skip it in stage 1. And depending on what faction it is, you might want to go a bit different. But if you don't take it in stage 1 here, you can take it here instead. And if you go the right side, so we say you were to skip this one, go on the right side down, I will go on the left side down here. So I think if I redid this right now, I would still go on the left side because attack, it's one of those things where it's defense. Sure, defense is good. However, if you're getting killed really quickly, this one won't help either way. So having more offense or more aggressive stats is better. But I would go down the left side, down here. I would probably still grab this one and go the haste, and then grab this one as well. But if you want to save points, so it doesn't work that great in this faction, but I would still go down the left side like this and still grab this skill because you didn't grab it in stage 1. And then we have the Wilder faction. And I actually maxed this one out. And the reason I did that was because I needed enough talents to unlock stage 2. But what I could have done, because this works the same as well, this, where it says that it's upgraded, because you have the same thing here as well. They have it in all of them actually. They have this thing where it goes from 170 to 180, and it goes from 160 to 170. So this works in all factions, I believe, because how they have worded it. It will work in all the factions. A bit strange. I already mentioned it earlier, but the reason I go this side as well was because I actually needed more unlocked this. You need to activate like 40 talents to unlock stage 2. So that's why I went here. And you might ask yourself, like, why didn't you just get more in here? Because they still cost 90. And that one still cost, I believe it's 30 or 35. But the biggest reason I didn't do that is because I don't have that many celestial or hypergenes that I put in anyways, and I'm not gonna upgrade that right now. But I use Wilder in AFK stages when I'm pushing, so having these abilities, getting more stats up, is really nice. And this is one of those things that would work as well. We'll probably still just go the left side, and I will get down here as quickly as I can, because getting one extra talent buff tile is really important. But you see, these stats still works the same way as it did in the light bearer. In Wilder, I believe it's a bit different. I don't think it's any difference in Wilder either. You just go down here, I grab both sides to get enough talents activated. Because to get to floor 2, you basically need 8 in all of them. But since I'm using maulers a bit as well, I wanted them upgraded and not put the points into celestial and hypergenes. Because like I said earlier, I don't have a lot of them. And a lot of free-to-play players should probably do the exact same thing. But we still need to confirm if this wording here is bugged or not, and if it just give 10%, but because we activated this one, it says 180. So if we activated that one, it would say 180 here instead. And if we didn't have that one, we would start with 160 here from the beginning. So if it is just a bug where they actually just add 10%, it would actually still only go up to 170. If that's the case, it would be a bit different, but we would still want to max the first 3 to unlock stage 2. And then we go for Greybone last. But here we have HP stats behind, so I would recommend going down the left side, grab this stat as well, so you can unlock stage 2. And then when you go to stage 2, we have some depth penetration. I don't know how much depth penetration does, but you could actually go down the right side then. Like you go down here, grab stat bonus one, go here, and then you go the left side and then grab the extra talent buff tile. Because you skip the first one here, you want to grab that one, so you get that increase. And it jumps 2% instead of 1. But all this is based on if it is bugged. They just worded it wrong. I don't know. But if they have, they need to change that ASAP. Because people are wasting points if it doesn't work. If it works like it's saying right here, getting this one is actually a bit of a waste. Sure, you could grab the stat bonus as well, but that's 120 talent orbs. So if you did that in all the factions, And when I'm speaking of all the factions, I mean all the normal factions like Lightbearer, Wilder, Mauler, and Greyborn. That's actually enough to activate one of these extra talent buff tiles, because you would have 120 times 4, so that would be 480. So if I needed to activate one of these, I would be really close. If you have gone in and gotten these right now, maybe you shouldn't reset unless you really need to. If you do reset these for now, make sure to grab them over here instead. Sure, you lose some here as well. Sure, you lose some by activating this one as well. But it's not an additional 120 on top where this would be. So you actually, even if you activate this one, which you want to if you skip the first one, you're not wasting additional talent orbs on these ones. But the factions I would still go in and max. The only reason I reset them was because of the Primal Lord, and I wanted to do more damage with Light Bearers, and also getting getting this extra talent buff tile. So that's why I have this one and not the Wilder faction right now, but I will get this one back as soon as I possibly can. And depending on how your account looks, I don't know if you want to go into Wilder, Mauler, or Light Bearers. But once the Primal Lord is dead, you could just reset back to Wilder or whatever you were using before and get those points back up. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of all the faction talents. And one important thing is don't go and spending your the tickets. Let's see. Don't go spending all of these, because you might need them in the future when something new pops up, if you make a mistake to fix that one. But save them so you're not locked up, because it's just the beginning of the season. A lot of things will change, so just be patient. If you already have reset talents like I have, then you're probably just like a day left until you can use the reset, the free reset again. Just wait for that one. Don't rush it. Primal Lord will be here for a couple of days. But as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.